forever and ever.
Really?
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Well, we had to do a Halloween themed intro.
We have another show before Halloween.
That just means that there's one more opportunity for another Halloween theme.
That was
I need
good.
to send that one to my wife.
That was
Well,
good.
I put it in the show chat so you can easily forward it over to her.
Now?
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night. We're here live, and according to StreamYard, it actually says live after last week's technical difficulties.
Look over Joe's. Look at Joe's shoulder. It does say live.
It does say
One of
that.
the checks and balance deficiencies was every week I have my phone set for a notification when we go live, so I notice when it buzzes me and we're live, so I know that. And since I wasn't on, y'all didn't have that backup. So
You're saying that there's a notification feature to YouTube
that
where you can
everybody here should have, yeah, and
Oh,
everybody
wow.
listening should have, and would know if we were live.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so it's like almost like there's a button next to the subscription button, a little bell icon that you can click. And it'll tell you when we go live with additional comments or when T burps. I feel like we need to have the burp notification. Alex Baldwin needs them. Anyway, it's Thursday. It's 9 o'clock. If you're here watching us live on YouTube, if you're not watching the debates, you're not watching our good buddy Deluxe Baldwin, who's going live at the same
And
time.
damn it, don't remind him, Jordan.
Yeah.
Don't-
Pay no attention to Deluxe Baldwin. He's not going live.
I mean, I know that no effort over here, for example, could be playing with his beachhead, and I know Night Wingham's just waiting for something to make fun of me about. Which,
Like
Toy Mafia is always just awesome, and hopefully, our favorite lovebirds will show up at some point. But
Well, anyway, those are some awesome people in the chat. And if you're here watching us live on YouTube, make sure you pop into that live chat. We love our audience. We make you all part of the show throughout the course of the show. We'll be highlighting some comments and engaging with people throughout the evening, throughout the discussions. And we've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight with TFCon, the virtual TFCon coming up this weekend. So we'll get all the formal stuff out of the way. Smash or kielbasa slam, if you will, that like button for us. It really helps us out. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. I'm sure we're going to have some content as the third-party panel comes out. We'll probably do a third-party panel review. And I know there's going to be a lot of stuff dropping as we get to the virtual TFCon. Well, let's get into how everybody's doing this week, starting off with Trustarscreamer. Dave, how the hell are you?
I am doing. Sorry, I'm doing great actually. It's been a pretty cool week. Despite some interesting ups and downs, my car broke down. Actually, it is fixed. The drive belt snapped, and I got it to the dealer just in time. So people are saying, "Oh, it's horrible. Your drive belt snapped." It's like, no, horrible would be if my drive belt snapped while I was in a sketchy neighborhood. So that's good. I play in an 8-ball tournament every week. I usually make it to maybe the second bracket every week. I actually won it for the first time ever. So that's awesome.
Nice.
That's why you have so
And
much energy.
dude, I am really running on high on that one because I have never won a pool tournament ever in 20 years of shooting. I always make it, but I never actually have made it. So that was cool. Countdown to the house. Today is October 22nd. I shall probably be moving into that house on December 19th. So I should almost.
It's my birthday.
Come on by. I'll make you a cake. Halls. Actually, I was dead this week until the last 24 hours, which is go figure. So got a Silver Centurion. For the Joe Fixit line, I found whichever this is called, the blue Iron Man figure, which actually looks a lot nicer than the Target exclusive white. So if you pass on the Target exclusive white, get this guy. I like this one a lot better. It gets a Tony Stark head. Doesn't have the Iron Man blast, but god dang, you got like 38,000 of them already. So, I got this I found today. The Ultimate Armored Predator from Predator 2. And
Careful opening that thing up.
that was really well timed. I love this. Is an absolutely badass figure. I am very thrilled. I cannot wait till I can actually, get to a place and,
Is that Walmart?
No, this is a Target.
Okay. Awesome.
I want that Walmart one so bad, and I would never take that out of the box because it has like the lightning effects on it. So that Walmart one's on my hit list. Also found today, the Kingpin. They had 3. I only bought 1 because I'm that kind of guy. I will have to say, GameStop had this guy for only for $29. So build a figure for $29. Yeah, but it's a build a figure. Build a figure at $29, and if you get your $5 coupon, yet somehow they're charging $40 for that Deadpool. Go freaking figure.
Until he's on clearance and he's 8.
True. Then this arrived in the mail. The P1000. I cannot wait to do so many fun things with this thing when I finally get my photo set up. I have to thank No Effort Randomless for this. So thank you so much. I have a lot of fun plans for this guy when this finally gets set up. And if you follow me on Instagram, I kind of gave a little statement on that. One last thing. This was a Grail, and then they decided to reissue it. So it got taken down from Grail status to, okay, I want to get this because a Grail is supposed to be impossible to find. This is the Police Assault T1000 from the Terminator. This one, Walmart you might be seeing this in Walmart. I ordered it on Walmart.com. They actually didn't cancel it on me for once or delay it till next year. But I have been wanting this figure since I picked up the Terminator 2 figure. So this guy is going to be used in a lot of my photos next year.
Are you Siakana?
And he'll be back, much like my Instagram. Once again, I gotta say thank you, No Effort Randomless, for the P1000. It's kind of funny. I got the T1000 and the P1000 at the same week. So it was meant to be.
Well, very cool. All right, next up, Mr. Joe Crab. How the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I'm doing all right.
Wait, that's Matt.
That's not me.
Remember, it's like Fozzie Bear and Kermit in the Great Muppet Caper.
You picked the wrong white guy.
I will admit that
wear hats.
That was a handsomeness upgrade, but that definitely was not my face. This is my face. I'm doing all right. It's been a rough couple weeks. But I'm hanging in there, and I really want to thank and give a shout out to No Effort, who hooked me up with some bots. Ooh. The orange guy, as the lady at Target likes to call him, in Red Alert. With those two, and then these guys that I got, and this dude that I picked up today.
Damn,
what a deal.
That was a deal. And this.
Hold on. Going to get Skylinks.
If I can reach. And this dude, I feel like I've got way too many bots. I can't keep up. So,
dude, that's a lot of Earthrise there.
Yes, it'll keep me busy for quite a while. And then I also started collecting these dudes, so I'm still waiting on another shipment.
What are these?
I've got 3 more. Of the Constructicons coming in, but I did get these 2.
I gotta hook you up with some repro labels for those guys.
I did order. I finally remembered to order because I gave up on finding them. They're gone. Once I get my order in of labels, I'll find them. But I finally remembered to do it. So I'll finally have labels for this stuff. But yeah, it's a big. That is a Womack style level of a haul, and it took me 2 weeks to accumulate it. But
I'm very glad you decided to go in on those because I think you'd have been disappointed if you missed out.
on the Combaticons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I one day might find them.
Well, I had to order them from 2 different retailers, TF Source and Show Z. Show Z is playing all sorts of games. It's not their fault. It's the shipping. It's got to hand off to USPS. At first, I thought it was going to be here like last week, and then it was like, no, that was just a joke. But then they brought me down to reality, and here we are. I think it's now week 3, and I'm still waiting on them. So
They got to be treating you better than Walmart and GameStop treat me.
Well, I'm on that McCardle level, the Partsformer level shipping service. So who knows when I'll get it? Hopefully next week. Otherwise, I probably won't have much of a haul for next week. Actually, I'm going to stop at the other Walmart tomorrow because I was looking online and they say allegedly they have Sunstreakers, so I might stop in there to check that out.
Ooh,
It's gonna be Ironworks.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Mine said the same thing.
Yeah, it's usually not the case. It's just a tempting little ploy to get you into the store, and then you have the walk of shame on the way out.
It's the old bait and switch.
That's right.
Speaking of a man who loves tempting ploys to get him into a store, Partsformer. How the hell are you?
I don't know what that's in reference to, but I'm good.
It was in reference to what Joe just said. Come on.
I got a P1000 too. Thank you, No Effort Randomness, because this guy's pretty cool. He's very. I almost feel like he wants to be chibi, but he's not. But he wants to be, especially his smiling face. It looks like he just wants to be super anime accurate, and it's
it's
just a Robo Banana.
Reminds me of
that one.
No, have you ever seen like the magic bullet that they make for babies? I know that like that. The baby bullet.
That sounds.
No,
sounds
the baby
I
bullet.
know,
The baby bullet is something entirely else, man. You got to quit going through your girls' drawers.
Jesus Christ. No, the baby bullet is like it's a blender for making your own baby food. And I'm just gonna share this real quick. This is what P1000's face reminds me of entirely.
Oh yeah, okay.
I believe that is intentional. Knowing the guys knowing the designers over there, that is probably intentional.
You had that link really fast.
I Google things really quick.
I'll bet you do.
I do.
Someone must be thinking kids are in the future here. Just getting ready, making a little shopping list.
Anyway, I was quick on the trigger with Hasbro Pulse, so I was able to snag that armor. And she's pretty.
How furry is her back?
Say what?
How furry is her back?
I will show you.
I'll tell you. The way they did this packaging is awesome because I have had everything out and messed with it, and it's able to seal back in without you ever hardly knowing that it was open in the first place.
That's
the way
cool,
the figure has a plastic case around the head that actually keeps her in there, and there's the float.
Oh, she is fuzzy.
She's very fuzzy.
Oh, I forgot about my fuzzy girl.
Like a Greek man's back.
That's what I thought of when I first opened it. It was love at first sight.
It was that or French woman's legs.
Anyway, and then I got this guy. This guy is awesome. This is a New Age scare manga, and he is almost all awesome. The rumble that comes with him is okay. Everything else is awesome. The laser beak is magnetized. I'm sure everybody knows that by now.
Magnets are awesome.
Magnets are awesome. It makes every toy that has a magnet in it 1,000% better. They uses the Earth's power, and it's almost like rockets. There's actually a Tesla in there, and it's amazing. This guy also has a light up feature. He has a separate cassette that's a light. I don't have the batteries for it yet, but I plan on getting them. But yeah, he's really good, and the Ravage is just so fucking cute. But there he is. People bitch that the tapes don't transform into tapes. They just transform into boxes in his chest. And I ask you, who gives a shit? Because it's legend scale. But you don't collect these, so what's the point?
Just something to bitch about.
I will have no shortage of that. Anyway, besides that, my week has been pretty good, busy, hectic. Everybody at work starting to take off here and there, so we're down manpower. And much like Joe, I've had a lot going on for the last few weeks that have been kind of sucktastic.
Bro hug.
That we're just kind of moving along with for now. So that's all I got to say. Back to you guys.
Right. Well, next up, a man who needs no introductions, a T-man, if you will.
No, a T-man is something entirely different. Don't Google that.
Yeah, we won't go there.
I thought that was T-girl.
He can be both.
Technically.
Well, yeah, that. Life, as they have been saying, has been sucktastic. But I got toys. Yay. Marty with his hoverboard.
Is that light or heavy?
It is heavy.
That damn gravity.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Thank you.
Got He-Man
You're going down that rabbit hole.
Ooh.
and Skeletor.
I would say
Ah.
The other day I was walking around with Tila and what's her name? Evil Lynn for a half hour, and then I left them in the store. I was like, all I really need is He-Man and Skeletor. And no effort randomness here with the Peely love. Yeah. This makes me think of that Rick James from Dave Chappelle.
Ooh, good. That would be a very good Instagram picture, actually.
Let me get his face right. And this randomly showed up from Matt the Box Supplier.
that's not me.
Nice.
I do not know how to say his name at all.
Not Leo Convoy.
There you go.
If
Ooh.
y'all can actually see this, I can't.
I can. It looks very T's Internet.
Yeah.
That looks very Baltimore Internet.
It says Yo Roy Shishimaru or something like that.
Yoroishimaru.
Yo, Roy. That's it. That's
Shishimoto.
very Baltimore. Yo, Roy.
That-
Yeah, that's
That's New York.
I cannot wait till I can open him up.
And Punisher. He is awesome, and I think I probably just made my camera work. There we go.
I thought we just had another I'm good moment.
I cannot wait.
Using that phone holder right now. It doesn't have the little cushion part at the bottom. I ordered a new one that should have been here today. Amazon is still saying it's going to be here at 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. and it didn't ship yet.
It's 9 p.m. Do you know your shipments are?
All right.
I cannot wait to take some silver paint to that engine block on that.
And I bought one of those Hershey Kisses things and got this Megatron, if you'd want to call him that. I never know how to get out of the way on this camera.
I mean, at least when you get the Unicron, he'll go with it.
Maybe.
Yeah,
No, he's too big. That little tiny Optimus from the drone set.
Yeah, it's just the only issue is like Optimus and Unicron never really interacted.
Only in the comics.
Yeah.
Even then, it was Power Master Optimus Prime.
Well, the
Because I am that
Regeneration
geek.
one. Did you see the
What was that
Regeneration 1 comic
Oh yeah.
where he shot Megatron in the face? That was somebody's fanfic who hated Hot Rod. Because they just made Hot Rod just the worst. And didn't he die? I was like, holy crap, they shit on Hot Rod. But that's it. Oh yeah, I did buy Apex Legends Wraith, and then I returned her promptly the next day.
Oh, the articulation on those look terrible in the box. Are they as bad as how they look?
It to me it looked like at least like the Fortnite figures because the body designs are the same, but she didn't have ankle pivot. Or
what's the one that's like a
or
robot? Because it almost looked like a 5 POA.
it probably has the same articulation, which wasn't good.
Ooh.
Are you saying you didn't watch the chill review, Joe?
Nobody watched the show
I did
review.
not watch the chill review. I saw them I saw the Apex Legends stuff in the Walmart. I picked one up and I was like, wow, this looks really bad. And I put it right back down. The designs looked cool. Like the characters look cool, but it looked like it had no articulation. Much like myself.
Hey, I mean, some of us are more flexible than others.
That's right.
Speaking of which, Jordan, how are you?
How flexible are you, Jordan?
Not as flexible as I used to be 10 years ago. We'll say that.
I've
Well, your
seen the video.
imagination. Yeah, right. I am doing very well. I actually had a good week. It was, pretty relaxing week, all things considered, and I got some cool stuff. I also got a P1000, courtesy of No Effort Randomness. And
That guy is awesome.
Yeah, he is. I've had some good chats with him.
Does he
awesome
have
dude.
naked pictures of all of us or something? Like, what's going on? Is he...
No, it's the other way around.
I don't know, but
do we have naked
anybody-
pictures of him on a server somewhere?
I'm just saying, if anybody can find a MPM Ironhide at a Ross, please let me know because I need to return the favor. I want to get one out to him because I know he's having issues finding them. So if you find an MPM Ironhide at Ross, hit me up through this channel or through the Facebook groups. Let me know. I'd like to get one out to him. But yeah, I've got my P1000 here, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun with him. He's not. It's funny. It's funny too. He's not like the most articulated figure, but he's just fun to mess around with. I've had fun getting him in some dynamic poses, and I like the way the hands work. And he's durable. He reminds me of a really old school figure. Next up, courtesy of Dave, I finally got myself my Black Ranger. Gotta
love that packaging.
I love the packaging. Look, Dave wrote some interesting stuff on here about the toy vibrating, and my poor post lady. I
said it was not vibrating.
Oh, not vibrating. But I saw my poor post lady looking at the sides of the box before she put it in my package delivery box.
I literally, sorry, it was one of those moments of, you've always wanted to do it, so I'm going to frickin' do it.
Hey, I will always applaud that sort of behavior. Next up, I too got my Black Series armor as I'm collecting Mandalorian figures. Unlike Matt, I disposed of the box. Blasphemy, I know. But yeah, I really love the effects pieces that she comes with. And the box is pretty interesting. I don't really think Matt really showed it, but when you take the box apart, there's actually, I couldn't tell what it was, whether it was like elastic. But you pull the sleeve out and it retracts back in. It's actually cardboard. Whoever engineered that retracting box out of cardboard, they did a awesome job. Next up, I have two figures that I slept on. TF Source had these as a set. It's Fuhrer and Riot. And I got to say, these are really, really awesome. Really neat renditions of Rumble and Frenzy. And I regret waiting so long on these. I think they're just really well-made figures. They're a lot of fun to pose. I feel I know these came out a few years ago now. The only thing I don't like about them is the tolerances in the shoulders. Like there's like sweet spots where they just you can't get a fluid outward motion because of the way everything's molded in here. But I can excuse it for their age. Awesome ab crunch on these. They're MMCs. They're stupidly durable. And the last couple things I got Thunderhowl. I randomly came across him at Target earlier this week, and so now I have all the Bumblebee Cyberverse Deluxe figures, and they did not save the best for last. He's not terrible, but he feels dated. He feels like it's a really weird figure. It's hard to describe. He's painted well, but the sculpt work looks like something from the late 90s. There's just really soft details on him, and like, for instance, I don't know how well this is going to come across, like the way they sculpted his hands. This is totally something like one of the worst things out of the Beast era, where they would say, yeah, that's a hand. It's a really long hand, but it's a hand.
We got that in Power to Bronze with that Abominus spots.
Oh yeah, I should have noticed. I just sold that too. And then, of course, with that, I got the last piece to build the figure of the decade, McAdam. And no, he's not the figure of the decade, but he's a figure. He looks nice. I think my only regret with this Bumblebee Cyberverse line is that we only got 2 Decepticons. I'm glad they didn't just give us like a crap ton of Seekers. I'm sure if they wanted to continue with that line, they probably would have. But I think really, unless they go all out with Generations and kind of, after Kingdom, say we're just going to make whatever, treat it like Marvel Legends or the Black Series or Lightning Collection, where you can just make Transformers from any era. I think this is probably it for what we're going to see around collector-oriented Bumblebee Cyberverse figures. But that's it for me. You guys want to get in there? A bed and where?
In your room?
No, that's a chair. Oh. Yeah, that's actually a fold-out chair, if you can believe it. Since in my game room, I have the massage chair stage there. So if I have anybody over play like 4-player video games, that's the chair for the person who wants to sacrifice comfort.
Like the crappy controller.
Pretty much.
You get to use the Mad Cat.
Yes.
That shit was like $18. I mean, it was easy to grab a few extra and have ready. And then if you had the temper tantrum buddy that threw it across the room, you didn't feel so bad.
That was 1998 bucks though.
True.
I think it was cheaper than that. I think I got mine for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
I forgot to show this.
Oh, yeah, that warrants going back.
How the hell did you forget that?
I don't know. She's standing right in front of me. She's very pretty to look at. Get the focus.
It's very voluptuous.
She's the Valkyrie. 112 scale. I'm torn on these because I kind of almost wish they did not have the doll hair,
I agree.
Yeah, I'd rather just have a sculpted hair or like short hairs. I don't know, something that just, because this had braids in it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not really too into hairstyles and stuff like that. So I immediately, in handling this thing, I didn't realize I had to be gentle with the braids, and I pulled one of the things out that at the end, so the braid just came undone.
Don't you have a girl in there?
Well, I don't know how well that would go if I take a tiny human head to one of the teenagers downstairs and say, "Hey, can you put the braids back in this for me?"
Well, he means, don't you practice on?
Can you fix my doll?
Can you fix my doll?
Now, to be fair though, Joe, you have braids. They're just not on camera, are they?
This is true.
I think the hair is worse on those than the 1/6 scale ones.
Well, it's because it's smaller. So with the bigger ones, you have a little bit more. My huge fat fingers don't ruin everything, but when it's really tiny like this, it's just easy to mess up. So,
not to get too deep into doll life, but I think that there's something. I got to look it up. There's got to be something you can put on, because I have Purgatory and I have the same problem. Her hair gets all poofy and you just can't do a thing with it. And I'm gonna look and see if there's something that you can apply to it that maybe lets it lay. I mean,
hair product for dolls.
So got a hair. Well,
You-
even if it's just like something simple, like maybe syrup or semen, that might help it lay down a little bit better than.
Make sure that you take footage of that.
If there is such a
Wait, the
product,
before or after.
wait a minute.
Like,
What is
footage
that?
of you doing their hair?
Oh,
What
okay.
about
I thought you meant
that-
the semen part?
What about that milky white liquid that you were showing us earlier before the
boy.
show?
Oh, the Kiki. Yeah.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos.
We're gonna wrestle clip control away from Jordan at some point. So we're gonna lock him out of the system, or we'll just have a clip show one evening. You'll know it's coming because
that's what we could do. Is like we could do it like old school TV, where every 26 episodes we just Frankenstein together a new episode.
Reminisce. You remember that episode where we and then
And we pre-record ourselves saying that. Like, remember this episode?
Remember this news segment?
See, now this is a helpful suggestion. Thank you, Chris Barnes.
There you go.
Maybe I'll try that.
My
Don't
girls
judge
use
me.
Baby oil.
Yeah. I guess you have
Baby
to catch
oil.
you have to catch a baby first and then maybe squeeze it
like,
or,
how do
or
you-
like scrape it off.
You like
Reminds me of Adam's Family. These cookies contain real Girl Scouts.
Ah, yes. Good movie.
Earlier, what Joe was saying about the milky white substance, I was squeezing the hand soap at work, and it shot right on the bottom of my shirt. I'm like, so I was like, really? I can't leave work now. I had to rinse my shirt off and let it dry.
All right.
So where do we stand on the
talking
news?
about, Zero?
What
On
news?
news?
We're talking about pee in the bathroom.
Off the topic of milky white substances.
Wow, did I come back in at the wrong time?
Yeah, you did.
Or the right time. Just a quick look. Looks like somebody has already got. It looks like the leaker of the Studio Series 86 packaging also has Kingdom figures. These are probably production figures. I don't really think it's fair to say pre-production, which means if these guys are already in the box, it looks like they're probably all ready to go.
And we'll never see Wave 2.
Yeah, right. I think we're not going to see Wave 3 in stores for Earthrise for the most part. I just need help getting Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker.
What's with that Optimus Prime? That's new to me.
That's the one thing I did want to talk about here. Really, is that it looks like to fill the leader quota, they're going to reissue Optimus Prime as the other leader in Kingdom.
Watch that one have roller in the axe.
That's bizarre.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it just comes with the same stuff.
Oh, it's just it's like they did with Astro Train. It was like they did with Astro.
Yeah.
Yes. But that means there's two Optimuses in this wave, then, I guess? Prime and Primal?
Prime and Primal, and technically you have
Three,
because the core class one. Also here, another interesting thing, I can't quite tell, but it looks like they're bringing back collector's cards. If you
Look
see
at that.
right here,
I like the collector's cards. I actually still I have them all because I like the box art, and that was one of the things like from the old Chug days. I loved the box art on those things, and it killed me when I was throwing out those cards. So I like these collector's cards because that keeps that box art.
I'd like it if they put the tech specs on the back. I mean, interestingly enough, here they have Black Arachnia for both Cyclonus and Primal. Yeah. So again, no idea what these stickers are. It's interesting. You can see like on Cyclonus, he's got the ties on here. So to say these are pre-production, it's hard to say.
The cards are probably random, just like Power to Primes.
Did Power the Primes have random cards? I thought that
they didn't have only on. No, they weren't prime. No, they weren't random.
You had random. They were random Prime Master cards.
You those
Prime Master. Yeah, but everything else was the right guy with the right.
You're thinking about Titan's Return. Titan's Return, they all had the right card.
You got to think though, for worldwide distribution, these guys are slated to come out in February. So you would hope by now they have this step, in the process that they have to start ramping up full production and get them out to distributors. That it probably takes a month or two with the way shipping's going. So this is probably right on track for the February release.
It's interesting the packaging. Now that I can see it, it's all the golden disc.
Yep.
I feel like I should have noticed that before.
And the thing is, too, like, especially when you see here in the packages, the accessories that come with it, it's like, I think some people bitch that the amount of accessories either plus or minus, but I always want to err on the side of useful stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be packed with crap. So a gun or like what we see here, that's perfect. That's
really interesting. Plastic trays are gone.
No complaints for me on that, to be honest.
Yeah, none for me either. But it's just interesting that they're gone.
That's why I was wondering, is it even a plastic window in that little area?
It's probably that.
On one picture, I did see little numbers, so I think it is a little tiny plastic window.
A little plastic sheet.
Well, they're compensated for the
recycle everything.
Yeah.
Well, on a related note, I'm opening Grapple. Is this the first one and only one that doesn't have ties? The plastic tray with ties?
That was open already.
Does it have the holes for the ties?
No, there's no holes for ties. There's no ties and there's no holes. Not even the guns. They just pop right out.
They heard you like your relationships with no strings attached. So,
well, this is awesome. This is the way it should be. It's not coming out.
I think I got mine used. So.
Well, as I said, with Primal, that's as you said, that's the perfect amount of accessories because with the whatchamacallit, the fossilizer, that has the mace already with it. So
yeah,
and that's a neat way to get that.
He has the shotguns in his arms and the guns in his back already.
You're covered.
Primal is definitely a must buy.
You kind of get a waffly gun there. I mean, it's upside down, but
you get a waffly gun, or if you still have the target masters, they'll work perfect for them.
That's true.
Break out blowpipe. Just give them blowpipe.
That's very true. All right, moving on. So we talked about this last week. Walgreens was Walgreens became the exclusive home of Earthrise Blue Streak. I shouldn't say exclusive home, but it was announced that because initially Blue Streak was available on Amazon. And I'm not sure. I haven't seen anybody say whether or not Amazon's going to honor those sales. I would assume they probably got canceled. But yeah, Blue Streak went up yesterday on Walgreens' website, and well, I was fortunate enough to get one. T, I think you got one.
Yep.
I got one.
Matt, did you get? So, Dave, did you get one?
Nope.
I did not either.
So I sent the link out to a few friends, and this is kind of the response I got.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
Yeah, so basically within a little over an hour of sharing that out, he sold out. And not only did he sell out, Walgreens did just outright removed him from the website. What do you guys think about this?
I need that scalper bot software.
Well, T, I mean, you're saying an hour is a long time, but
compared to
Target
the Baroness, where it's not up at all. An hour is wonderful. That's great.
I mean, for us, I mean, I think we have a little bit more flexibility. Where like, hey, we see a link, and we can go in and get it. I think it's unfortunate that he was up for a short period of time. Now, for me with Walgreens, chances are I will see this in stores. I never have any issues. Who the hell would be calling me at 9:40?
You should have.
We're calling to ask if you know how to register to vote.
Do we want to put them online? Hello. Nobody's there.
Well, that was disappointing.
Yeah,
it is disappointing. I want to be like, hey, you're calling me at 9:40. Do you realize you're
I know.
on
I get what you're saying though, because most of us here kind of have our finger on the pulse of the news, so we knew when it was coming up.
Yeah.
We had friends that sent us the link. We were on top of it. But for the regular person collecting that says, "All right, well after work I'll go do this thing," or if you're well, you're the same boat, Dave. You can't just stop what you're doing and go do it right then and there. It'd be nice if fucking half a day even, if this stuff could stay 24 hours even,
Another thing too, we're not talking about like a exclusive like the NECA turtle set, like it's only going to be a limited quantity and it's gone in a second. This is a run-of-the-mill-ish retail figure that's $20, and it should be
Blue Streak.
Right, it's a recolor of something that it's going to be available everywhere. So,
I think it's interesting. Like the Datsuns, they're pretty well known characters within G1. It's just interesting that
Prowl was in more episodes than any of them.
Yeah, and yet the most prominent of the two they've made exclusives, Prowl and Blue Streak. Smokescreen's the mainline release, and then for Siege, Smokescreen was the Generation Select exclusive. It's just like,
I feel like they did that on purpose because they figured more people had access, or less people had access to Smokescreen since he was exclusive. So they figured everybody bought Prowl and Blue Streak already and was happy.
Just Zero, prep the dead horse, Jiff.
All right.
It's the whole fact that online shopping was supposed to be convenient for those of us who can't go out and shop. Now, in some ways, online shopping is causing more stress. I went out today to a Target, and you know what I saw there? 4 2-packs of Storm and Thunderbird. That was one of the fastest selling exclusives they had since the freaking Baroness. But online shopping is supposed to be stress-free shopping. It's not supposed to cause me more hype because I'm supposed to avoid going to the stores. Now I go to stores to avoid the stress of online shopping. Go frickin' figure.
I have a feeling
we'd like to go for a figure, but we can't because we can't find them, Dave.
Okay,
we can't find the figure.
Way to rub it in. You know whose fault this is? The Chinese.
I have a feeling that out of nowhere, somewhere there's a boat stuck somewhere, and next January there's going to be a mountain of Baroness figures and a mountain of Wave 1 G.I. Joe.
Yep, I agree.
They're all in some town that's filled with old folk that nobody buys toys anymore.
I've heard that's Philly. I've heard that's a part of Philly.
Or they're all in New Jersey, which now was voted the most hated state in all of America, in all the U.S. By the way,
hated.
America's armpit.
We love New Jersey.
Raphael Hallman says, "Could it be the exclusives for online are just for online clicks?" I don't know. I don't think they are. I mean,
I'm supposed to be clicking, and it goes into my basket, and then when I hit checkout, it's supposed to stay in my basket.
I mean, I'm gonna prime the dead horse GIF again, but I think really, we've said it a number of times on here. I think the biggest issue is Hasbro underestimates what the demand is. Hasbro really underestimates the demand. I mean, like the Cobra Island stuff is a prime example of that. I mean, it seems like GameStop, Target, and Walmart are the 3 brick and mortar stores actually selling G.I. Joe Classified. You have the online stores, but I think a common theme is nobody's seeing G.I. Joe in stores other than I've seen them at GameStop. But you limit an already scarce line to a single store, you're creating issues.
Well, and the thing is, we were saying about 4 months ago, easily, until Cobra Island, oh, it's a Target exclusive. Cool. I'll see it on the shelves.
There's 2 factors, though, that factor into this, because they're called factors, and I said that they're factors. The factor is you've got people that are either A, at home and don't have a whole lot else to do that are getting into this stuff, or B, you have the folks that were lucky enough to continue to have a paycheck or to have income or to have disposable income now have a lot more than they did because you're not going anywhere or fucking doing anything for so long. And now you have all this, I'm not going to say all this money, but you have some disposable income that you maybe are now dropping for this stuff that you would otherwise put off till later, that now you're in the mix with us, kind of frenzied collectors that are on the clicks at the very moment. You're with us because you have nothing fucking better to do and you have the cash for it. I think you're seeing the boredom and the extra money come in of people that
come
are just
to my
trying
store
to
and buy a grill from me.
go get a grill, spend your evenings with your loved ones, and grill on Dave's grill. Grill is meat. Grab Dave's meat. Hashtag grab Dave's meat. That's what you're seeing. I think you're seeing people with time and money that are now getting into the mix with us.
Yeah, I think Wingenholm brings up a really good point to what Dave said, is that people that are in rural parts of the country, it gives them a chance to get figures when they're not close to the stores. And it's a shame to see them underestimate the numbers or the demand.
Oh, well, okay. Prime it. Ready?
Already.
Walmart right now. Oh my God. Getting that freaking dark metal Batman thing. I have not seen which, by the way, I have not seen a single one of those here in Greensboro, North Carolina. But any of those Bat metals I can't get. And they keep getting delayed. It's again, but why do I buy it online? They took my money already.
I don't know which part sounded.
I have no idea what he's doing.
The grabbing the meat.
Oh, I meant it too. So that's redundant.
Well, speaking of people getting triggered, people going to be triggered over the next thing I'm about to show. So we recently got MP50, which was Tigatron. Kind of a, I don't know, polarizing release, if you will. MP51 is right around the corner, and well, someone's already got a full figure in box, and yeah. So I guess one of the things we've seen in the past year and a half with the Nice saga, people don't like RC being sexualized, and Takara Tomy couldn't be left out of the mix. And
they are Japanese, and they don't give a crap.
No, they don't give a crap. It's interesting.
Okay, well, I ain't triggered on that. I think that's actually freaking cute, to be honest.
It is, but if someone is going to get all of their MPs and line them up and say, look, none of the other art has any other robot posed like this. She's the only one that's posed in this cutesy pose like this.
How dare she look like she's having fun?
Yeah, all the rest are at war. These are war toys. She's not at war. She's a whore. Hashtag that too.
That should have been the show title.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So, okay.
Floozy. I'm done.
Lutwack has no problem with this.
Can we enhance?
I can try. Here, give me a second. Let me see if I can open this up in a new tab.
I always pinch my screen on the phone.
I mean, when Nicey was first announced, I actually showed her to my wife, and she had no problem with that.
Here. Well,
she'd be like, why is he showing me this shit again?
Does she know you purchased it?
I haven't purchased it yet because when she came out, I was unemployed.
Did she know you plan on purchasing it?
Probably. Doesn't have a problem with that kind of stuff. I mean, let's put it this way. People do much worse things with TB League figures. Right, Joe?
Hold on. Maybe.
Exactly.
In our private chat earlier, Joe was complaining that he couldn't stuff her breast into the top, and he stopped complaining because he realized he had no problem with that.
I said that they were too big for her breastplate, and that was a feature, not a bug.
Yep.
Put baby powder on it.
What's that, T?
So put baby powder on it.
No, I don't. That'll fix a problem that's not a problem.
There you go.
It takes care of the extra moisture for me.
That's
all right, Joe. I can enhance now.
Oh, this is a different picture.
Yeah.
Which they're going to do the medic the medic repaint out of that.
Oh, they're the red streaker. That red streaker's not on there like that. RC.
Somebody could make a sexy pose out of him.
There we go.
So
that red streaker's he's presenting his chest out there like as a male. It's not. I don't have pecs like that, so I feel.
I'm
threatened.
inspired. Hold on.
I mean, as far as poses go, this is pretty benign. Yeah. I mean, she could be all spread eagle. Like,
I think
It could be a close up of her chest. Who would do that? That's
I think
ridiculous.
that's great for the top panel. To be honest, I think that is a beautiful. It actually.
It's showing somebody's having fun posing a figure.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Dave. I agree. It is good. I'm just talking for all the Kyles and Karens out there that are going to be that are going to be beside themselves over this blatant.
You guys
whatever.
know me. You guys know me in our discussions. All right, I am not exactly a social. I am not a social. I am not a social justice warrior, but at the same time, you guys know which side of the wings I sit on. This is fine.
Enhance my sexy sunstreaker.
All right, let's enhance T's sexy sunstreaker. That looks like a Michael Bay interpretation of sexy, though. For
T-Man, I swear, as soon as we get off the air, you set up your photo booth. Get that white panel up there perfectly. I want to see that on your Instagram.
That's awesome.
That needs to be done.
And I'll also point out too, like I think this RC looks great. I just don't trust the materials anymore. They've burned me twice on this, and now I'm like, no, you guys got to earn me back, because that's what I want to make sure that you can transform this thing without it cracking or breaking or falling apart. Just get me there, and maybe I'll order one. But it looks good.
Yeah,
he's right.
As long as it's good for a year, and then when you transform her, she cracks.
Don't hound us about that, T.
I mean, we get an actual look at like the size of the car mode here.
Next best thing to Tiger Tracks.
And they showed her underneath, and it looks like Nike's transformation.
Yeah, it does.
She's not holding her boobs.
Nike's transformation is basically the Thrilling 30 RC with extra steps.
Which I like that RC, by the way.
This RC doesn't seem to parts form, so that'll be interesting to see how they handle the extra bits in the back.
Oh, she's got a backpack of doom.
It's
yeah,
not
her backpack looks like Earthrise.
I don't even.
I guess it's that bad.
I didn't. Yeah, that picture there didn't look that bad.
I think it's pretty decent.
I think Earthrise's backpack looks worse than that picture.
Well,
in her cutesy pose.
But
anywho,
I didn't realize Spin Out came with stickers. Breaking news. Yeah, so
we all love stickers.
I'm sure we'll see on the Twitters people outraged over that pose. But you know what you can't be outraged about is TFCon exclusives.
Oh, you can always be outraged for those.
You could be, because if you hate repaints, but I don't know. Do we hate repaints? I don't think we.
Not for exclusives. Exclusives, you want repaints.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That is the kind of exclusive that you want is a kind of an off repaint. No,
I hate one of them.
Well, let's get through them. Let's go. I guess I'll save the MMC stuff for last. We know MMC loves their repaints. Let's start off with the least interesting of the ones we've seen so far. Planet X. They didn't really do repaints until I want to say TFCon 2019 when they did their G2 Vulcan, and they're coming at us with a Diaclone inspired repaint of their Helios. Or was it Helios?
Before that, they did the Sunstorm of their Seekers.
Oh yeah, you know what? They did. I misspoke. They did Sunstorm and they did Ghost Starscream in 2017. So I misspoke on that.
That's not a bad. First of all, that was a solid figure.
He looks hideous.
That's powered convoy. That's the Diaclone colors.
I don't think he looks hideous. I just think that it's like it's not all that interesting. I would have rather seen more of their Dinobots reissued in G2 colors. For anybody that
you see, I also wouldn't have had a problem with that either. I think that actually would have been a very cool running theme for the next couple of years, and they would have made some money with it.
Yeah.
But this, again, I don't hate this. I mean, I don't need this. I'm not buying it, but I don't feel hateful about it.
Yeah, it's like I don't hate it. It's just it's the least interesting of I think what they're putting out. I mean,
Same. Next.
well, I mean, we'll just get through some quick photos here. I mean, like I didn't realize you could even shoulder or wrist mount the blaster. Of course, there's the Core Prime, the vehicle mode, but yeah, least interesting of them all. Now, I guess we'll hop from that to maybe one of the more interesting ones. This one, it's not for me. We've talked a bit on the show, like about wanting to see something like a G1 Wingblade or a masterpiece scale Wingblade. Well, Fans Hobby kind of has us covered, and they've remolded their Minerva into what they're calling Wheelblade.
It's clever.
Yeah.
And again, perfect exclusive. As you said, it's not you. You're not angsting for it.
No.
I actually think it works. The paint looks great. The weapon looks fine. I love Wingblade. I love the fact that because with Wingblade, she had the turbo fan on her sword. They got the spare tire on the sword.
I like how they've manipulated the doors here for the pictures.
That's a great pose.
I like this mold. I don't love it. I had no problems getting it from Minerva, but this is definitely a pass for me. But I think, like you said, Dave, it's good for an exclusive.
If I was there, I actually probably would buy this. Personally.
But
I agree. I don't hate it. I don't need it. But it's done well enough if you like this kind of thing.
yeah, I think my biggest criticism of it is like the face sculpt. I just don't think it has the definition I'd like. It looks really flat.
Right, it was forced into the headmaster.
They had to keep it as the headmaster. They had to keep
Yeah,
it
no,
as the headmaster.
I understand. I understand they had to keep it as a headmaster. And I mean, technically, she was a Titan master in Titan's Return, so it's like it's not out of keeping for her to
Never found
be
that
one.
Never found that one.
But yeah, I'd like to see somebody. I'm more interested in seeing what Big Firebird does for their interpretation of Windblade.
If I was if
Yes.
TFCon was going on this year, I would probably be walking out with that figure.
You can order it online.
I know, but I'm just saying. All right, on to the next.
You would have
Next up.
been more comfortable doing it as an impulse buy on the show floor.
Yes, mind you, I'm
Yeah.
still regretting buying that black and gold Sphinx. So
I think they should have made the male version of that mold into Drift, and it would have worked awesomely.
I think we
That's
have
true.
a drift overload. Nate Williams says, "Yeah, Dave, try eBay. You can always offload that Sphinx."
once I get things unpacked, but this is cool.
Yeah, this is called Covert Jaguar. I'm surprised they can call it Stealth, but I think given this is one of the cheaper exclusives, I'm probably going to bite on this. I also love MMC to death, as people that watch the show probably already know. I might just get this guy just to be a desk bot, to be honest. There's no reason to have a clear Ravage, but hey.
Do they show the cassette mode? I mean,
it's right here.
the one thing that makes, do they show it out of the case? Because
No.
cassettes used to be clear back in the day too.
That's actually a really good point, T.
Ooh, 10 points.
Yeah.
So they should have
Damn it.
definitely shown it out of the.
You sold Matt on it.
Money
But
didn't
we don't
change
know what it
hands
looks
yet.
like. We don't know what it looks like though.
Well, it doesn't go opaque when it transforms. It's still going to be clear. I mean,
Well, you just can't see it because it's the covert version.
right? Then you won't.
Well, you know where the parts are. I don't have the figure. I don't know where the legs go and take mill.
Oh, I got so much to say about all that.
That answers a lot of questions about your dating life.
And last, but certainly not least on the official, we've only had the 4 reveals so far, but this is the latest reveal, not the last reveal. We have another reformatted release, and
Oh my!
this one's pretty interesting. It's a
Yeah.
remold of the Senator Rat Bat that we got last year. Yep. The hell just happened?
I regret not getting now.
Well, you see that the thing is that Center Wrap Up. That's exactly it. That was a mold. That was an exclusive mold that was never released. So
That
I'll pretend he's Primal because he has the Optimus Prime crest.
that's
so
it. It's
Bat Primal.
Onyx Primal.
yep, yeah. So this is oh man, I forget the name that they gave this guy. Let me check.
Wait a minute. I can tell you. Keep talking. I'll get it in a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, as Dave was saying, this is a throwback to Onyx Primal, but it's also kind of an homage to Batman,
Yeah.
which works on two levels.
This is Vexo Promenon.
Thank you. Which, yeah, I think they've used Promenon for the Machine Wars Optimus.
It was also Salvia Promenon was as well.
Yep,
that's true.
This looks awesome. I mean, like if you're again, like the Batman homage is there.
Batwing homage.
Batwing homage is there.
Hold on, go to the next Batarang homage.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one I'm definitely in for. I'm definitely getting this one.
See, for me, it's like I already got the mold, so.
Reformatted is so annoying because right when I'm like getting out and I'm like, I don't need any more of this stuff. Maybe get rid of a few. They do something like this.
Are you picking this one up, Joe?
I mean, I like it. It looks really cool.
I mean, gotta convince me. I believe you.
Yeah, it's like, but like Dave said earlier, though, that this is also without having the convention in person. This is like if I was walking past this in person, yes, definitely, 100% getting it.
See what you're feeling.
Yeah. Will I click it? Will I go out of my way to click it on the internet while I'm at work or whatever? And it depends. Like if it goes live and I happen to look at my phone and you guys share the link or whatever, maybe I would do it. But
I mean, worst case,
I don't know.
We'll have lunch one day and I'll bring it and you'll be able to check it out.
For me, the reason I like the wheel
and then I'll want it.
Yeah, the reason I like the wheel blade more is I actually had no desire for Athena, even though I liked Master Force and all that stuff. But I like Wingblade as a character. I already have this mold as Senator Ratbat, and I love it as my Senator Ratbat, but I don't need the exact same thing with a new head. So that's why I would be buying the wheel blade over this, personally.
One thing that annoys me about this reveal, though, is that they don't show the bot mode in full body. It's just a close-up. Now, I can mostly assume what the rest of it looks like, but I would like to see. Is there something more to it they're hiding? Another accessory or something, I wonder?
It looks like the exact same thing as Ratbat.
If it comes with a Batarang.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
And I said in the private chat, too, like, I love this mold, but Christ, there's space for an ab crunch. Why didn't they give it an ab crunch?
What if it comes with a cape?
Then I would explode my nose.
If it came with a cape, I need a cape anyway for other figures, so that would almost push things over. But because Onyx Primal had swords, this mold has swords.
We don't see swords with it. That's the thing.
No.
There's no accessories pictured with this release.
I have
Arrow Alpha.
The wings pop out and they become swords.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so that mold comes with swords. I know for a fact it comes with swords.
Gotcha.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
God damn it.
So, a little quick speculation. We covered this a while back. The unlikely other MMC exclusives, because MMC likes to kind of take the cake when it comes to TFCon exclusives. A figure that a lot of people forgot about that's scheduled for really Q4 of 2020 is Exodus, which is MMC's take on Getaway. Oh, Jesus. I love it when StreamYard does that. They do the epilepsy test. So yeah, this is a remold of Calidus. Extensive remold. We've talked about this before. I seem to think this potentially could be revealed as an exclusive. I mean, it's an obscure character.
I like him.
I do like this somewhat less obscure because of the comics, though. He's much more mainstream than he was 5 years ago.
I do want this figure. I didn't read much more than meets the. I mean, I know he was prominent on Lost Light. I know he was an asshole on Lost Light, but I don't know too much about it. But I just like this figure as a figure.
Yeah, Calidus is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, MMC mold.
I still have one left.
I have several. I have.
Yet you have how many alphas?
I have everyone they released.
Jeez. Yeah, he's a reformatted completist for the most part, aren't you?
Yeah.
As long as it'll come with, imagine they came with a lime flavored one.
I'm missing the Voss repaint that came out. That was a TFCon exclusive. And I don't have all of the Azalea repaints and remolds. But yeah, I've got most of them.
I think the only one I don't have of the Azaleas is the.
Sorry.
The hell was that?
I have some new breaking news that I'm going to share to the main chat.
All right.
Can we share it to the rest of our group? To our audience?
One of you guys have to. One of the people in control.
Okay, because we don't want to leave our audience out of this since you announced it to everybody to hear, T-Man.
They have Ghostbusters shoes.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
Well, we'll cover that in our non-TF stuff because we only got one more thing for a third party to talk about, and that's my speculation on what may be and what likely will be the last MMC, not the final, as in like their last figure. But there's a figure that a lot of people forgot about that was revealed back in September. I know it's like in 2020 time slows to a crawl. I personally think this is going to be the last revealed figure for TFCon, virtual TFCon 2020. I like it says
flavored.
Yeah, I guess it says Stray and Scorponok colors. To me, this looks more like Drift as a Constructicon if they got Drift instead of Prowl for whatever reason. But yeah, I think this is probably going to sneak in as the other exclusive. I like this, but I don't love it, and I don't foresee a lot of people wanting to get it unless they make it a very, very limited exclusive like they did for the Watermelon Mirage. And it's interesting. Last year, they went completely ham on the Mirage repaints. Well, they did two of them. They did the Sphinx, and they did the G2 Mirage. I could see them doing two of the same molds for virtual TFCon 2020. This was said to be a fall exclusive in some of the chats that I read. So
what is this reference on?
I don't think it references anything. I mean, it kind of looks a little bit like Constructicon Prowl, and the IDW comics Prowl becomes a Constructicon. But
that's forced. That's really forced.
Or Devastator Prowl.
Yeah.
Yep. Call me crazy. Stay on that picture for a second of the alt mode. One of them. Would it not been a good idea if they're going to do a Batman-inspired Batwing? Would that not made a hell of a Batmobile?
Holy shit, Matt.
Joker color, right?
Yeah. But it doesn't have the right color. If they did purple, I could see them making this the Joker, doing a Batman and Joker.
Oh man, do that! Oh no, not purple, dude. All that green and the face all white.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought this mold looked like the Batmobile to begin with.
Now,
just looking at that now with the Batman theme on the other one, I'm like, come on, guys.
They did.
They could have flared those up as. They could have flared those up as.
The fins. Yep.
Dang it, dude! That's a lost opportunity right there. But perhaps they didn't want DC coming after their tail.
Yeah, they did a Deadpool version of this mold,
which was excellent.
That one I want. I would not mind that in my life.
Maybe that's their plan here is to make it Constructicon, but also have a Joker version of the head.
Well, they just
holy shit!
The Batman Rat Bat. So I don't think DC. I think they're scared of DC.
No, the Rat Bat is not Batman. It's Onyx Primal.
Yeah.
That's the hill I will die on defending.
Primal.
I mean, there's no way they can make this Gator Megatron, but I think we figured this out. I think we figured out that this is probably going to have a Joker head. And then that's their way of selling this. Like, oh, you can get Batman and the Joker.
If they change that kanji into something like a playing card.
Yeah, or a clown face. You can do a generic evil clown face on there and not be tampering, stepping on any copyright.
Yep.
What if you could take the crest off his forehead and put it on his mouth?
No. Hold on. Go back. If they change those the feet to white or red,
it could be a smile.
Turn that into a smile. Oh my god, that would have been that would have been amazing.
They could paint a little flower on his chest. They could do this up really good.
Oh, one of those gold things as a flower.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that just lost opportunity right here. MMC, hire us.
Well, like Jordan said, there's still at least one more to reveal. We're sure.
Well, normally Lazy Aza does the color work for them, and I know he did the Deadpool. So that was a last minute decision. So
who wanted the Rat Bat? Just off the Senator Rat Bat. Was that UT? How much you willing to pay?
We're putting you on record in front of the world.
What was it retail? Does anybody remember? Was it 100?
It was 100. Yeah,
it's 100.
I got it for 115. I'll send it to you. You can think about it later.
My rule is $10 over is dead to me.
Really?
On to the next.
One more little tidbit of Transformer stuff. Planet X. We got colored prototype pictures of Coas, which is their take on a Fall of Cybertron Shockwave.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. I want it. I love the fact that they're doing a blast effect for him here. I like the fact that the blast effect integrates into both modes. We showed the grayscale, but this looks like a near complete version of the figure.
That's bigger than Grimlock?
Yeah.
Cool. Unacceptable.
Dude, he in the IDW comics, Shockwave went toe to toe with all the Dinobots. That was one of my favorite issues too.
I don't remember. In the game, I remember them being bigger than him.
I know Grimlock bit off his hand.
Yeah.
In the game, but
I remember him being way bigger than Shockwave. Grimlock was like the biggest character besides Bruticus.
Man, I missed that. That second Transformers game was so good. It had so many satisfying moments, especially the first time Grimlock transformed.
You could watch a Let's Play.
Well, watching, I don't know. Probably a discussion for a different venue, I guess. But I think playing games is more fun than watching games.
Do you watch football?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say people watch sports. Same thing.
Yep.
Okay, on to the next.
All right. So we'll get into our non-Transformers stuff here. Oh wait, Jose Cortez says, has anyone seen any Netflix second wave?
Nope.
I have not yet. So hopefully those start hitting soon because I really want that Alita one. So I guess we'll continue with our Joker discussions because Reveltech has new pictures of their Joker. And it's looking really good. So we'll start off.
Lutwack wants. I can't. Now I need to track down what freaking Reveltech Batman. There's so many things I love about this figure.
I mean, of all the characters to get the Reveltech treatment, I think this is a very, 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 and there are characters that are very fitting to get a Reveltech treatment. I don't
see it. Big.
Oh, no, she's small.
Whatever. The scale is weird there. Very
no,
weird.
she's a small Asian woman, so she's like 5'2", and he's like 6'5". For a Revel Tech, he's actually a little skimpy on the accessories, though. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he isn't coming with a pistol and daggers.
Yeah,
That's
kind of
true.
a shame.
A good bang pistol would have been a good accessory for them.
That
But
face,
the-
though.
That looks
Yeah.
good. That looks really
So-
good.
I like the detail they have on the gloves, the crinkling there.
I mean, I my go-to Joker figure for a while was the Figure Arts one from Injustice. It's still one of my favorites, but this is and I was liking the McFarlane one actually. I took some great photos of that, but this is looking slick, and it's minimal on the Revel Tech joints, which is nice.
And yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome.
I'm guessing this is just a guess, but that pose there probably looks a little bit more shit from the side, just the way his shoulders
Probably
are cocked.
so.
That's
Yeah.
Revel Tech. I mean, you ever handle that?
Yeah.
Their Deadpool or Spider-Man?
No, but I will be handling their All Might very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately our favorite source has not sent me the All Might, or he hasn't sent me Deku
Dude.
yet either.
There's only one Revel Tech you all need.
I'm torn. Like this one or the Mayfex.
If it were me, Joe, I would get this one.
Oh, because that Hush. I
But
don't like the Hush design. I hate the Hush face.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
big
this
on
one looks so much better, but then I don't have the Rebel Tech Batman anymore, so it really doesn't go with anything I have.
Do you have the McFarlane?
No.
Well, there's the Arkham one, but there's also one coming out with a comic face. He's in GameStop now, actually. So if you wanted, and he's going to be like $22.
McFarlane?
And I think Matt can attest with me that McFarlane one's really good.
from the Arkham.
Yeah, but they're having using the Arkham body, but with a comic face.
Yeah, I
And
saw
that-
that.
And that one comes with a crowbar.
Yes, that body is delicious.
Yeah, Joe, get that. Trust me.
And $20.
Yeah.
Somebody
Let's check out my
electroshocked me,
GameStop.
man.
Is he alive?
T-Man's down.
I had my mic muted and I was talking the whole time.
That's how I feel. It's like we're at the debate.
This is my only Rebel Tech. Well, besides Hot Rod.
Why isn't that box open?
Because he might be going somewhere.
That's a great
When
gambit.
when the Target one comes, that actually is more in line with a real Marvel Legends.
Oh, those card effects though are so perfect on that one.
Yes, nice. I took the pictures.
He has the
And,
memories.
The face falls off too much. And Revel Tech joints suck the pose. And
Anyway.
money. I like money.
Well, going from Revel Tech, we're going to go to Figma. And the Good Smile Company has announced a lot of video game figures coming out. I guess they're anticipating Cyberpunk to be popular. And I'm not too thrilled with the McFarlane Cyberpunk figures, personally. But the Figma version of V looks pretty good. Again, I guess I'll wait to play the game, and it's all the default. Obviously, it's the default character. I mean, you can make your character in Cyberpunk look any which way you want, but
I like
they've got
the
yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just that's
I'm nervous about that crotch.
That's the name of next week's episode. Thank you, Tim.
Just like Midoriya, they don't have drop down hips, so
No,
that
they need to do that.
articulation is going to be limited. I'll bet you.
I bet it's probably going to be. Actually, I think the Solid Snake I have. Wait for it. Has drop down hips. I got to go back and check it.
That's Figma.
Yeah, I have the Figma Solid Snake.
Anyway,
Keep going. Was that a bike that actually they're making a bike?
Well, yeah, we'll go over. They're doing Sam Porter from Death Stranding, which it was a game that was very polarizing, where you were a courier.
and you did a lot of quarrying.
And you did a lot of currying, yeah. Of course, you get the hero from Dragon Quest, or I'm sorry, this is Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. Not
Never
familiar
played
with
any
that
of
at
those.
all.
Cool. If you're a fan, I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Now we're also
Ooh.
getting a.
That last figure about gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I had to get back to my desk. I was doing something. But that go back one. All I got to say is anybody that listened to the show and everybody here knows what I'm going to say is that I love Chrono Trigger. My favorite game of all time. I thought they were doing Chrono, the main character, and I had a mini celebration followed by utter defeat once I
And then you
realized.
well, it's because Akira Toriyama's characters almost all look the same.
All look the same. So really, I mean, I'm kind of halfway there because this looks like it'd be a good base for a custom, but I don't do that. So
This next one though looks amazing.
yeah.
So we're getting
Mixed with
a
Dragon Ball.
major.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I still need to finish that Ghost in the Shell series.
I love a good major.
I got the other two. Got to get this one.
I got one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't really show if she's getting any other accessories there.
Oh yeah.
And this one I'm excited about. We're getting a Ghost of Tsushima
I
figure.
didn't see this one.
I had to take a. I had to step back from that game for a little bit.
Dude, the
Looks
amount
good.
of villagers in Tsushima, like no one did. Everybody in Tsushima just not doing a thing for themselves, and they're like, "Oh look, it's a samurai that is like revered throughout the country. Can you do this piddly shit that I could do, but I don't feel like it? Sure, I can go do that.
That sounds like Horizon and Zelda.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of is.
yeah.
But this is
Every
this appears to be-
RPG ever.
This appears to be Jin. I'm curious if the mask is removable.
It should be, or at least a swappable head.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew. Hey, Lisa.
My mom needs some medicine, but I can't leave the village.
Right. I'm supposed to have 13 oranges, but I'm only counting 11. Could you go find my other oranges?
Yeah. I need to help my uncle, but
My uncle, our Lord
a
is
trap?
currently being our Lord is being held by the Mongols. But sure, I'll go find your cat.
No, that was Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
You guys have
Hey,
seen
Sportimus.
the board. What the? I can't remember the name of the channel, but they do the Epic NPC guy or whatever. Have you seen
Oh,
those
yeah.
skits?
Yes, yes. I know. Viva La Dirt League.
Yes, yes. They're
They do some
freaking
great
hilarious.
stuff. They do. They do some. They hit the video game
And
tropes.
their new stuff has got really good like production. The stuff they're doing with the like the World War
path
II.
The path is blocked. There's just a log there. The path is blocked. No, there's just a log there. Anyway,
These
yeah,
are
go look up-
somebody's weird fantasy right here.
yeah. So
Yeah,
this
what's up with this?
Pearl and Marina. They were the kind of announcers from Splatoon 2, and they are getting the Figma treatment. Yeah,
I'm sure the person who will enjoy it will enjoy it.
Figma is all over the damn place.
yeah.
That's good and bad, but they never go deep into a line. All right, here's your
Yeah,
2K
exactly. They get sidetracked. Like we'll go back to talking about RPGs. They just go through all the side quests, and then
How
they
come
were
they
oh
got-
yeah.
They have a lot more Nintendo properties than SH Figuarts, who just have Mario.
Well, does SH Figuarts even still have Mario?
I'm not sure, but we haven't had any Figma Mario.
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah, these
Yeah, those
Look-
look awesome. I
Yeah.
wish I bought that game. So
Oh,
I
you
can
don't have
think-
Splatoon 2?
No.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
I think that was it was launch window. It's been out for a really long time.
And guess what? It's full price.
That's
Like a
hey,
lot
at
of
least
them.
that's the thing about Nintendo games is they hold their value.
Mhm.
All right, next up, a figure that I know Dave and T are going to be really excited about. Can you guess?
Mhm.
Can you guess?
Mm-mm.
All right. This comes from McFarlane. This is the
Oh yes, yeah.
Death Metal Batman bike.
I want yes, I do want that.
Is that a new Batman?
That is a
That
new
is-
Batman.
Yep.
I want a full Bat Metals display.
Well, that
Is
thing
there
out
any
there,
room for
we can talk about
customization
that.
on that bike, though? It looks like it's very
It's
highly
very well
detailed.
painted.
That is
well painted.
that's probably gonna be like $40, but no, it's
No, it
McFarlane.
should be
It's probably
25.
Oh,
Just like
They really should just bundle it
the
with the figure.
the bike and so the bike and bike they're not sold together. Got it.
I don't know. Is it doesn't
I think
necessarily
it's gonna be
say
separate. It's like the what do you call that thing? The little
The
bat.
Raptor.
Yeah,
The
bat
Raptor, which I
That's
totally have
25.
passed. I have no need for that in my life. But this, I can have fun with this. Hell, I'll put a Ghost Rider on that just for the hell of it.
And we've got more news from McFarlane. They actually have a Build-A-Figure that's kind of worth something this time. I mean, the last BAF that we got wasn't really a BAF. It was a Build-A-Vehicle. It was a Batmobile too small for anything to ride in, and we're actually getting a legit Build-A-Figure now. We're getting Bane. McFarlane had a video, too, discussing scale the other day. Anybody else watch that?
Yeah, I saw that.
So hopefully moving forward, they kind of addressed that since the Harley was gigantic.
This one's pretty cool. Now, this Bane, and most of this, with the exception of that Robin, they're based on The Last Night, which is like a little Elseworld story of a post-apocalyptic Batman world. So the Bane and the Scarecrow, and then there's a Batman walking around in a straitjacket that are all from this comic.
I'm just curious on the articulation, since I got to mess around with the Grim Knight that Matt has, and as bulky as that figure is, it actually surprisingly has good articulation. Surround Games Go chimed in with the Grim Knight's awesome.
Yeah.
And the Devastator, and I think that I hope that this figure actually has some decent articulation. I probably won't build it. I'm not really in on this line.
Yeah, I just want that Damien. I'm not gonna build that Bane. And Lord knows what the articulation is gonna be like, because it
I'm
doesn't
worried-
look like a hip move.
It does look like which moves?
The hips.
The hips.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with that. I mean, it looks good. It's probably be a good display piece, but if those hips are static, that does worry me. Because I mean, why bother giving him working knees if his hips are static?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Maybe they aren't static, but it just looks like it in the picture. Sometimes they hide the joints in their prototypes.
Well, could that also be that's just a workup, like you said, just that's not indicative of what the articulation is going to be on the final?
Didn't we say that exact same thing on the Spawn?
It'll be worse, you're saying?
Touche.
They gave it more articulation than the first one. The first thing they showed was a statue.
Anyway, I mean, I still have my Bane from Storm, so that's still my main Bane. This will look good, though. This will be a good display piece.
And on the Flashpoint Batman, there's going to be
Screw
an
this.
unmasked version. Why not just include an alternate head?
Exactly. Screw this.
Because they want
Yeah.
to.
This is just like such a Toy Biz move, and all I can think about
So
is the
3 spawns with just different weapons and same
yeah.
deco.
I mean, the weapons is kind of excusable. It's stupid, but it's kind of excusable. It's like whatever you wanted, because honestly, like of the 3, the axe was the best, but I also like the mace. But I think like the Necro Sword was the hardest one to get. So I really don't.
She said.
Yeah, right. I really don't care, but at the same time, this could have just been an alternate head in the box. It's so stupid.
I mean, at least with the 2 spawns, I now have 1 spawn to kind of take a knife to go for the whole enhanced articulation. This though, yeah, it should. Well, here's the thing. It's not just a new head; it's a new neck.
Sure, but I feel like you could have made it work.
I agree, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
McFarlane hasn't perfected swappable heads.
No, they
Like,
haven't.
Sometimes you pull the head off and the joint comes out of the neck hole and stays in the head.
I hate it when that happens.
But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like this is a waste. I don't think this is a good move for them.
I agree. No, I agree. If I see it, maybe, but I'll probably never see it because I haven't seen anything freaking else down here.
What is interesting is the fact that they're doing Injustice figures.
That was actually when McFarlane first got the line. They were talking Injustice.
They were talking, but we didn't actually see anything. But now we actually have Flash and Gorilla Grodd.
I will get the Gorilla Grodd. I'm not sure about the Flash just yet.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd, it's like, it looks like he's posable. I can see like a diaphragm joint there. It's like it's well hidden.
I mean, and being a large, hopefully if he's like Devastator scaled, he'll scale well with 6-inch figures. That Grodd's going to be a must buy if I see him.
Probably has an articulated jaw too, if I had to guess. And I guess our last little bit of normal figure news. We get a good look at the ultimate Doc Brown from the Back to the Future line, and I gotta say, pretty impressed with the face sculpt here. It's like I have some issues with the Marty face sculpts, but I really think that they captured Christopher Lloyd's likeness here.
Great sculpt.
That's the only what?
Face.
No, he has,
But that's the only one that counts.
Yeah, that's the only one that counts. He's got like more of a frumpy face here.
Well, the news I shared, we can save that till next week.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters shoes. We'll double back to that.
Just look up Reebok Ghostbuster shoes. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I do
figure
think
action, not footwear action. That's the spin-off show.
I do think it's a shame though with this Back to the Future line that we don't have Doc in the first wave. We get 3 Martys, and I think there's one Marty that's definitely already turned into a shelf warmer, which is the hazmat suit Marty.
I knew that.
They should have saved that as an exclusive.
I agree. That would have been a good exclusive. Man, I cannot wait to open this Kingpin.
Well, speaking of Kingpin, I do have one thing I want to discuss with you guys. And
Bill Murray figure?
No, not that. I wish there was one. And I do want to weigh in with the chat squad here. I'm part of a lot of collectors groups, and earlier in the week I saw someone had a haul where they had 4 Kingpins, and like we've been seeing people troop building figures. I can't fault people troop building the Cobra Troopers because it's meant to be a troop builder, but I frequently see a lot of folks with hauls where they've got excessive amounts of figures. I can excuse people getting 1 to open, 1 to leave in box, though I prefer the Dan Larson approach of pick one up for yourself, leave one for your fellow collector. But I saw a dude with 4 kingpins, and people were just like going, "Great haul, bro!" And he had a whole bunch of other stuff, but he had a lot of stuff, and I just kind of wonder, like, how much is too much? And do you guys? I know we've talked about this before, but do you think that some of this excessive buying? I think the guy also had 4 Venoms. Is it gatekeeping people in areas? Like, I haven't been able to find the movie Venom. I'm very choosy with my Marvel Legends. I get ones that I like. I actually have like a more of a Partsformer approach with my Marvel Legends buying. But like, what do you guys think about this? How much is too much?
If you go to the store and you see 5 rows of Domino, Deadpool 2 Domino, yeah, buy 5 of them. And I won't care. Especially if you wanna,
Which I have seen that, ladies and gentlemen. I sent these guys a video of me with looking at.
I said I never saw that. Then I went to Walmart and they had 3 rows of her.
If I could find cable, I'd buy her.
But yeah, I think I don't understand. Maybe 2. You buy one to open, keep one to keep in the box, but just buying everything just to buy it, no.
If
Especially
the
if
guy
it's not
was
army builder,
if he bought 5 of them, knowing that he was going to keep 2, and then he was going to, like, hook 3 of his buddies up at retail, that's fine. But then again, it's kind of like
Buying for the sake of buying.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's what that's what the guy wants, then I don't know why.
It's almost like he's buying to deny it from other people.
Yeah, I do know somebody from a group where they were buying stuff just to put it in storage. So, and that's the thing. I'm going through and I'm selling a lot of my old Power of the Primes figures, my Combiner Wars trilogy stuff, and it does accumulate value. But I feel like a lot of people buy the stuff and they just put it away. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that if you're a seller. But at the same time, I feel like with the way distribution is, it kind of sucks because people that are actively looking for this stuff that just want one can't get it.
Oh, okay. If someone's buying multiple Venoms, and if they're a customizer, that Venom body is great to have. If you're a customizer and you're going to repaint them, you're doing something with them. Okay, first of all, this Kingpin, though, doesn't lend itself for a lot of figures.
Yeah, I mean, that's you got one to open, one to keep
there
in
is
the package. I can't imagine.
There's only one reason to have more than one of this mold. And if you're buying this, chances are you already bought them the first time for the Build-A-Figure, and now you can use that other one to become your Shadow King, just so you know, which that head came with Xavier. I cannot see any... I could see buying 2 of these, because goddamn, this looks good on card.
Is there another big boss type dude besides Shadow King?
No, not that moves like Kingpin. Maybe half of them to be Mojo, but that's about it.
Oh yeah.
But this, I can see buying 2 of these because this looks so damn good on the card. But no, 4 of them, you're being a jerk.
Look what I can do.
Hi, congratulations. You've got money, and you're depriving people from owning stuff. And there are people who do take pleasure in that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it really is.
Trolling people online because they know people are going to get triggered.
And Sportimus chimes in. There's a fine line between collecting and hoarding, and
it is.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out for myself. Like I said, I know that there's a lot of people that I tell them like, hey, I have stuff in totes, and I'm not cool with that. And it's like the stuff in totes has got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like, I know Dave, it's killing you because you're in between houses right now. But I know it's like, if you were stuck in the apartment for a long time, it's like the stuff in the totes staring at you, but you're not able to have it on display.
This stuff I'm putting in totes. I have to because I'm gonna be moving in 2 months.
But at least you have an end date in sight.
That is
right?
true. But when moving, I sold all my black figures because I realized I didn't need them. I remember when I sold all my G1 figures because I was having more fun with, and I was like, why am I still have these? Sportimus put on Twitter the other day, as he's mentioning down here, he's looking to streamline his collection. It is difficult. I know I'm going to have to trim down a line eventually because new lines keep coming out. Storm is freaking killing me right now. They're doing a beautiful job. McFarlane, I hate them because they're doing a beautiful job. Hasbro still owns my soul, and I was so mad when I got my hands on a G.I. Joe figure, the Lightning Collection, the Marvel Legends. Like for me currently, Masterpiece is actually I'm thinking about ready to get let go because
I can't blame you there.
That's causing me more frustration than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't want any. I'm like Matt was saying with RC. I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too. It's like I've said it a million times. I can get that beating the dead horse gift ready. I'm not going to do it this time though. But it's like if we had gotten the quality that we're getting from the main line, after Generations, I think I would have just forgone Masterpiece. I remember when Masterpiece Sideswipe first came out, I was like, why would I pay $60 for a figure that's essentially the size of a Voyager? And here we are. But what we're getting now with Earthrise and Kingdom, it's like I would have been more than happy to have those on a display. And it's unfortunate because like with Masterpiece, it used to be like, well, the figures are really complex. They're hyper complex, but they're still fun to mess around with. And now it's like you really got to put on white gloves if you want to mess with them. It's like I like Tigatron, but like I was sweating during that transformation. So
I agree. It's like it's almost not fun anymore where the retail figures are approaching early masterpiece level complexity. I mean, T said a couple of times in person, and I think in his review that the Earthrise Dotson mold is very much a scaled down masterpiece. And when they're approaching that level of complexity and deco in a retail release, you're right. Why do I need this? The scale's different, but why do I need these masterpiece figures that cost 8 times as much? And I don't trust them. Like what?
I'll argue that the complexity is not there. It's not as complex.
It's much closer than it used to be.
They streamline the engineering in a way that you get the same result with much fewer steps.
Correct.
Or not the same result, but you get a similar result. You get a good approximation.
Get the aesthetic, right?
Right. Right. So
you have your shape conversion of the car. You have you have like in the bottom of the legs on the Earthrise figure how it has those panels that fold down to hide gaps. Like that's a masterpiece level move that they never would have done before.
I'll always go back to that New Age Bumblebee, which is the first and only New Age figure I own. I've messed with several New Age. Actually, no, I own the New Age Mista, which is their movie Soundwave. But they took the Bumblebee transformation. I think they're more successful with that little legend scale figure than both Masterpieces and the Earthrise. And it's just
same thing. I mean, there's some moves in this that the MP doesn't have. That this is. I'm not saying it's better, but it's goddamn near comparable.
Sportimus says, I'm happy with my MP collection. MP 39 plus spin out will probably be my last G1 MP. Which that's a kind of a bold statement there. It's
no, I'm with him on it.
Yeah.
So guess what? The last MP I bought was Sunstreaker.
Well, I don't. It's funny too. It's again like tonight's episode really should have been called "And Then They Beat a Dead Horse," because it's just I've run across folks who are defending the Masterpiece pricing, and it's like, well, I can afford this stuff. I can go through Amazon Japan. but they are pricing themselves into obscurity because they're at the point where they're going to cross a line, and it's just not going to be worth people's time.
They're close
No.
because the Make Toy Seeker was $120, and Starscream, even with the discount, is $220.
Yeah. I don't need the accessories to sit in a box.
Right, MP44.
Yeah.
And I think that's your line. I think MP44 was the line for a lot of collectors where they saw that, they saw the price, they saw what you're getting. It's a beautiful figure and the best representation, but is it that and the accessories worth the price tag?
And I'm not condemning or condoning KOs, but then it's what, a year and change later, and we have a KO that's a quarter of the price. You know,
other things besides MP44 is Bumblebee being 120, and then Pound being 160, and it breaks.
Yep.
And first Bumblebee was like $60.
Yeah.
Right. And that while the new Bumblebee is more complex, it doesn't make it better. I mean, it changes shape really well, but it makes a lot of compromises.
And to that point, it's like the figures are more complex, but the materials seem to be cheaper.
Yes.
And it's like, well, okay, well, there's your trade-off. Why did the price increase? Oh, well, we threw in a bunch of accessories. Well, no, those accessories really can't cost much to produce because I'm sorry, but structurally and materials-wise, they're the same as a fucking party favor you'd put into a kid's little birthday grab bag.
And that's coming from an MP completist. Jordan's got them all, so he would know.
Yeah. I'm just sorry. I don't. Anybody that thinks that these accessories justify the price increase, you're high on fucking crack. I'm sorry.
You might be anyway. What's wrong with you?
And low quality crack too.
And low quality crack. I'm sorry. Like, and I don't care if people take offense to that notion or want to defend it. If you want to defend it. But I'm sorry. It's just, as somebody that has every single masterpiece mold and has paid the gamut of prices, I'm close to just calling it a day. I mean, what I get from fans, I don't love fans toys. I don't hate fans toys. I like fans toys. But when I buy a fans toys product, I get the bare minimum accessories, and I'm cool with that. They may have certain things, like that one thing from the one episode, like with Hound, you got the underwater face mask, cool. But you know why fans toys did that? Because that little tiny clear piece of plastic cost them fucking nothing, and it would make somebody happy.
But then Hasbro tried to Takara tried to overcomplicate it, and that shit breaks on the official if you handle it just wrong, just a little bit.
You know, sometimes fans toys go back and forth though, because Quietus came with a lot of stuff, and it didn't cost that much.
Yeah, they do, and like Quietus, I guess they wanted they did that so people would double dip, because there are some people that have masterpiece scaled IDW collections. So I guess their whole philosophy was like, well, people will troop build Cyclonus to get 2 of them, or they'll, hey, maybe we'll have somebody that buys 3 of them and does their 2 and their IDW version. And it just, what got me was when they did the metallic version of him, they included the IDW parts as well.
They should re-release that so they can troop build some more.
Yeah, they need to release their damn Scourge.
No, they need the Cyclonus again. I missed it twice, and I'm very bitter. It's the only fans toys release I'm very bitter about not picking up. That thing's a goddamn beauty, and I wish I owned it. Anyway,
I think we've ranted enough. All right. Well, I guess that'll wrap up tonight's episode. If you want to find out where we're at, you can do so by looking in the show details. That's got all of our where we're at links. And I think also we'll probably, as the weekend progresses, we'll probably figure out a review of the third-party panel. T, did you have something you wanted to add, or are you just doing some...
He's waving in a very Vulcan way.
He is waving in a very...
slightly sexually suggestive.
Either that or he's trying to prove me wrong about the whole leg thing. He does have some dating skills.
He right.
Hopefully we get some that looks like Littlefoot from the side. Hopefully we get some cool stuff to talk about from TFCon. We have the third-party panel coming up, so I think we may do a third-party panel review over the weekend. But that'll do it for tonight's show. It's been great being here. It's been great having all of y'all in the chat, talking with us throughout the course of the show. Anyway, we'll see you all again next Figure Action time, same Figure Action channel, unless we do some bonus content. Anyway, peace out. Have a great night and a great weekend.
Later.
Bye.